Good evening, Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to more Super Metroid Randomizer League action. Today we have Ace Zero for the A team and Plums versus representing unretired rando streamers playing a Dash Recall seed. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Salty Pigeon. How you doing, Salty?
I'm doing great. How's everybody else doing?
Hopefully, I'm doing good. Hopefully, everybody's doing good out there in Speed Gaming land. Um, it's been an interesting week with the Dash Recall seeds. This is actually a pretty important matchup for Plumpst and unretired rando streamers. They're in that glut of three teams fighting it out for that third and fourth spot. Uh, in all fair, Ace can just kind of relax. His win or loss today does not change anything for his team. His team is in a situation where one win next week, regardless of what happens today, because of who they're playing. They're playing the Chicago Bullies, the only team that can catch them. One win next week would put them in to first place. They've already clinched a playoff spot. So kind of not only would want to play spoiler to the unretired rando streamers, they're undefeated, the A team, and I know Ace is not going to be the want to be the one to end that. And we're off.
And
So
here we go. So Dash Recall.
yes,
Awesome mode. Awesome mode. We got some new stuff for Recall. We did a kind of an entrance stream of it before the season started. But for those of you that don't know, we got some new items going on. Most everything's still going to be vanilla Dash like, but we have pseudo Varia and gravity suits called the pressure valve and the heat shield respectively. Same thing with the space jump. We have a double jump item that can come into effect. All these things can help with different room tech and route divergence, and it's really neat. I really enjoy Dash Recall.
all right, yeah. So other than that, yeah, we do have a few item locations swapped around. We'll talk about those as we get to them, and also there's some changes to the Meridian area in particular that allow for easier movement. We do start with an E-Tank, which means we'll have to get our morph ball from the ceiling. And no, we can't roll under that.
We also have two minor checks down here. We'll see what the game gives us.
Ace
That'll
gets
pretty
his
much
morph ball
decide
first try.
if we're gonna do any sort of meme route stuff or not.
We have a regular missile. We'll see if we get power bombs. Without power bombs, we just can't do it.
Indeed, if either runner was considering meme route, you want power bombs right down here at alpha missiles, and then some supers in the wall by the morph ball.
Well, you need power bombs. You want
Yeah,
supers.
you need them, and
Yep. There's some power bombs for our runners, so don't have to worry about searching for those. Probably going to go ahead and check behind morph ball to see if those are supers, and then they'll make a decision from there. Different opinions on whether meme route is more or less powerful in this mode. I kind of like it a little less because there's an extra item that gets you waterway. The spazer will knock those blocks out for you. And if you're going to go this way, you are giving your opponent an extra opportunity, two opportunities to possibly get that item. I also don't like doing this without supers. Ace got missiles is going to go right back up. We'll see if Plumps does the same.
yeah, and just 5 power bombs without bombs to check out Green Brand isn't always what you want.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's worse in a full rando situation in what's essentially major minor. You should still be able to get everything, but if you waste a power bomb somewhere, you could be in trouble. And there's our supers at Old Mother Brain.
Yeah, so Plump's keeping up well in the early part of the game, but item fanfare behind Ace. The A team, as Tracy mentioned, is undefeated. This is no small task for anyone to play against. But Plump's also having a very nice early game here.
Alright, we have to head over to BT. I don't think Ace meant to lay that power bomb. Probably won't make a difference. If they get anything for Gauntlet, they'll refill the ship. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. Bomb Gauntlet sucks. It's terrible, it's slow, it's dangerous. But we'll see if either runner chooses to do it.
Well, if they do refill the ship, they'll get 5 power bombs to make it through most of Gauntlet and slow it down a little less. Pick and choose where they want to do that. So it's not absolutely horrible, but I do agree it's not going to be the first thing on your mind, I don't think.
Yeah, so with if you were just doing it with power bombs, you would need 8 total to get through. So you can choose not to. It looks like Ace is going to go for it. I also am not sure that the Gauntlet is as powerful in Dash because because you can't get a suit here, and a lot of the items you could spike here in a normal randomizer seed just don't do the same things as they do in regular modes, where like charge beam. Well, there's 4 charge upgrades, and we already start with the charge beam. High jump boots is probably the best thing you can find. Space jump maybe, but like speed booster, you're not going to be needing that speed booster to get through Meridia. You're not going to need ice beam to get through Meridia. And Plumps is not going to go through this gauntlet. Which for him, I think for him especially, it's the right call. I'm of the opinion that if you are playing someone that you think is going to do that and do that faster than you, let them waste that time. Plum's running into Plasma Beam. We'll see if Ace remembers to grab that spot. He has missed that spot in practice seeds in the past, so hopefully it's now ingrained in his head that is a location.
It is easy to forget about, yeah.
Yep.
Coming down into the room that Plumps just left, if you went Gauntlet, it's pretty easy to forget about that one Terminator location. It's happened many a times.
Yeah, I mean, the most... my most memorable case of seeing it happen was way back in the 2017 tournament when a runner in one of their matches missed charge beam there and ran around the entire world trying to get enough ammo to do all the things that he needed to do.
Oh no.
And then when he came through Terminator, of course, inevitably he lands on the item and just kind of sat there for a good 30 seconds.
But yes, I really do like this play from Plumps. Ace Zero is very good at Gauntlet.
Yeah, did a nice job through here. Didn't even lose that much time.
And that room hasn't given Ace an issue in a long time. So I like Plump's idea here, and he does find one of our newer items, double jump. Normally that means space jump is the next thing you're going to find, but
I mean that's how Rando works, right?
Exactly. But there is a lot of cool different room strats you can use double jump for to get around. I really like that addition.
Okay, good. Ace remembering to get this plasma beam. Didn't quite go far enough and had to turn back to make sure he grabbed it. This is going to give Plumps a slight lead into this area that E-Tank only going to matter if hell runs become an issue.
And if I'm remembering correctly, Tracy, Ace Zero is your teammate in SMZ3?
We have co-op quite a few times in SMZ3. Last time we did a tournament, yeah, he was my teammate.
Very cool.
He was also my teammate in the previous league season, but I decided not to play, so he moved over to the A team. My name doesn't start with A anyway, so...
Well, some great 100% fictional truth about Plumps. Plumps is a master plumber who loves plums, and whenever he plays Clue, he always plays Professor Plum. His favorite item is the candlestick, because even in the dark of night, he will go out looking to pick fresh plums because he just loves them so much.
Well, if your favorite item is the candle, you should be playing Zelda 1 Randomizer, because that is an item in that game.
Well, maybe we can talk him into that.
Okay, he's gonna grab his double jump.
outside of Mission Impossible, just missiles.
Yeah,
Vanilla
yeah,
over there. I
yeah.
do
One
like
of
the check. It's quick.
Yeah, in this mode, the number of supers just is a lot lower in general, which I don't like. Sorry, Kip. That's that and the completely nerfed plasma beam. I don't mind the most of the nerfing. I just think if you got all 4 charge upgrades, I'd like to see full beam. With if you have all 4 charge upgrades, everything else I think is fine. Early various suit, which is interesting. We saw Plumps practicing high jump as lava dive before the race. I know Ace can do it too if he needs to. And so far, it seems to be a more powerful trick in this version of the randomizer than others that we've seen. So we'll see if either one of them goes for it this time.
Plump's gonna check out Wave Gate for us. Trying to get the setup here.
Yeah, he uses Moonwalk, so I'm a little surprised he doesn't use the Moonwalk setup. Ace does not use Moonwalk. Ironically, 2 out of the 3 AT members don't use Moonwalk and Moonfall. Actually, Duck, the lone exception on that team.
Well, us birds, we know what's up, so you use Moonwalk if you're a bird.
I see. Looks like Plump's got it after a few tries. And we get a Spazer. You do want to pick that up because it does break the waterway blocks, and now we'll be able to get that item. You are going to have to menu to turn on, ironically, because one of the changes in Dash is that, in Dash Recall in particular, it does not automatically equip the Spazer, which is great, except when the next thing you want to do is waterway.
Exactly, and that's also good for the bot wound item if you want that. But now I learned that you can skip bot wound in this mode.
You can. Ace picks up his Spazer. Gains a little bit of time on Plunks, getting that gate glitch a lot faster. Also going to gain a little bit of time here too, because he's not going to double dip going down to the charge beam area, because he's going to just go ahead and, Plumps went to, first went down to check charge beam and then went back up to wave gate. I do have to be a little bit careful. Plump's laying that power bomb, but I think you want to, if you're going to try and lay that power bomb to not hit the enemies, you want to lay it on top.
Well, the good thing for Plumps there is Various Suit was the item right before it, and now you'll take a lot less damage from those underwater creatures.
Yep. And he gets a free E-Tank out of for his troubles, so... Ace will also have to equip the Spazer Beam to do this. Ace just gonna squish the supers to get some of these enemies. I like that. And gets the E-Tank. 4 E-Tanks in Logic, so I mean, we don't have Hell Runs because we have Various Suit, but that extra E-Tank, kind of nice. He's going to immediately turn back to Plasma, as Plumps has already done. For those of you that don't know, we also note the 100 over by the minimap. That tells you how powerful your beam is at any given time. So at 100 with just Plasma, it's not a very powerful beam. Like, Plump's gonna head straight down. Be interesting to see if either runner chooses to do X-Ray. It's a little freer with double jump.
And with Varia, those spikes aren't as scary, so
yep.
It's definitely a reasonable check.
Yeah, Plump's gonna skip it. With double jump, 4 E-Tanks and Various Suit, I would do it. X-Ray for a microwave beam is going to be nice, although right now our microwave isn't very powerful.
No, it'll take a good 7 minutes just to heat up 2 or 3 pizza rolls, I'd imagine. But with Dash, I know the past couple weeks we've had some boss shuffle going on. Dash, the bosses will be back in their own homes where they normally are.
Yep, yep.
So we'll be
Next
seeing
week,
those
though,
safety saves.
yeah, if you're missing that boss shuffle, we're gonna get right back to that next week. Next week is everything. Just full everything with co-op. It's gonna be a fun one. Okay, Ace gets
Ace
up.
just
This is gonna be big if this is something good.
and it's
That's
a
a
charge
charge
upgrade.
upgrade. Okay. Not what you're really hoping for there, but it's gonna make some of your fights faster. You know, now has twice the damage as Plumps, and Plumps is probably never getting that charge upgrade.
But with Kraid's Lair, since Plumps is there, for anyone that doesn't know, Dash has removed the second major from Kraid's Lair. The locked E-Tank room
Yep.
is now a minor.
Mhm.
So the only major we're going to find down here is behind the big lizard himself. Those other major locations have changed to places like Sky Missiles in Wreck Ship, Mickey Mouse in Lower Norfair, and the Watering Hole in Meridia.
Yeah, and because we have 3 extra minor items or 3 extra major items, we have taken out 2 E-tanks and 2 reserve tanks. Actually, wait, there's a 4th item I'm not thinking of. Oh yeah, and to compensate for all the charge beams that are extra. So it's 36 major items, including the charge upgrades and the 3 extra pseudo items. Looks like we got Screw Attack over at Ridley, so that's a really nice item to find. They've got decent equipment to go down to LN, considering that you have the double jump and you have the Screw Attack. This is not a great Ridley fight because you only have 15 supers total. So that's
Yeah.
that's going to do half your Ridley damage. You'll have to do the rest with your beams, your power bombs, or your missiles. And Plum's going to go ahead and check this item. I'm not going to assume that he forgets it's a minor item, but it is a super missile, so it ends up being worth. I think I've seen a lot of people picking up this item. Yeah, Ace sees it. Okay, he wants it. I'm a little surprised he wants it. Already at 15.
Yeah, I still think the Kraid E-Tank room is a fairly quick and smart check. Because normally you're going to be here pretty early in the game. You're going to want some more ammo. Beam power will be lower throughout the entirety of the run. So I like when runners take the time to check that out. And it paid off for Plumps this time. And another cool thing with Dash is we do have nerf beam stuff, but the SBA attacks for the special beam combos,
Yeah,
those are
those
not
don't
nerfed.
change.
So I like picking up a couple extra power bomb packs if I can, especially with plasma. That can really speed up a Ridley or a Mother Brain fight.
You're using Plasma SBA on Mother Brain and Ridley. You're braver than I am.
That's how I won my race this week.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, my beam power is not good, so I'm gonna do it this way, and it worked.
Nice. Okay, Plumps with his first charge upgrade. Right now, both runners are going to be looking for some sort of movement item. Would ideally find either high jump boots or gravity suit to make the lower door fair play in logic. See if Ace checks this, gets his super. No, he looks like he thought about it, decides not to go for it. He'll have a stronger beam than Plumps will, assuming he gets that charge at Ice Beam. He's going to have the equivalent of a new route beam plus an extra super compared to what you would have in new route.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, 2
So
extra
that's not too
supers at
bad.
least.
And Plumps will also be able to. I mean, Ace will also be able to grab the supers down here in the high jump rooms.
Yep.
So that won't put him very far behind ammo wise.
I imagine Plump's gonna go head over to Bubble Mountain, see what he can find there. And it'll be a decision time.
Yeah, see if he finds enough to feel comfortable going down the LN and taking care of Ridley, or if we need to make a new decision. But we still do have 3 majors over here, so a lot could change in the next couple minutes. And then there's always Croc, because even with Plasma Beam being weak, it still sends Croc on a endless walk backwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a little surprised Plumps doesn't grab that missile. Like 30 missiles plus 25 supers is exactly enough projectile ammo for Ridley. You don't have to worry about your beam at all. Just don't miss. Also, you know, with the possibility of not picking up ice or speed for Zeb Skip, I'm a big fan of being at least 30 missiles. I like to be a little, since I can't do a speed Zeb Skip, I like to pick up enough missiles that worst case, I have to refill once after Zebs. Which would apply if you just don't get the speed or the, if you don't get speed or ice.
Some more supers at North Fair Reserve, that's always nice to see.
Mm-hmm.
Although with a lot of these Bubble Mountain checks, we have some almost free miners on the way to each one of the majors.
Yep.
So, I don't know, maybe thinking that picking up the wave missiles, if they are missiles, would be faster than doing the bottom of Bubble Mountain.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Maybe that was in his mind. I can't say for sure, though.
Ace now getting to Bubble Mountain. He doesn't even check the ammo item there. I'm kind of the opinion if you're going to go out of your way to look, sometimes it's just better to grab, unless it's like something completely useless.
A little surprised Plumps didn't look at the ceiling miner there. Maybe he will on the way out, since we won't have to deal with the lava without speed.
Yeah, looks like you're right, he is. Okay, so the super count pretty good for Ridley. It wouldn't surprise me if both runners go down.
Yeah, and as you pointed out earlier, both runners are fairly happy with high jumpless lava dive. So
I'm not sure those are the words I'd say. I know Plumps was practicing before the race. I know Ace can do it. I'm not sure either one is going to be happy to do it. That's a different statement. Ace with an extra E-tank also is something to keep in mind about high jumpless, any lava dive really. The lava is full damage on various suit, so it'd be like vanilla. Whereas normally in randomizers, the lava does less damage. And unfortunately, Ace is going to miss that super missile would have sped up his Ridley fight when he gets there. But he's got the better beam, and he's going to get wave beam here, so his beam's going to be pretty strong.
Okay, that's fair. I guess I'll change my terminology from happy to somewhat comfortable.
Sure. That works. But yeah, you can see that little by little Ace is catching up here. Let's see which way Plumps goes. I mean, he could go to Croc. He could just go straight to LN. And we'll see what Ace does as well.
The only difference we have here so far is Ace taking a couple longer item checks, and that would be Gauntlet and X-Ray. Otherwise, they've been on the same path. Mm-hmm. Both runners have.
Okay, no save from Plumps tells me he's going to Croc. Which for him, I mean, if you're not 100% sure that you're going to hit this high jumpless lava dive, I think this is the better call. Even though I do think the high jumpless lava dive is more powerful in this mode than in other modes that we have. And Ace looks like he's taking the save, so I think he's going to go for high jumpless.
So not much divergence, but just enough so that we see
Yeah, I mean,
all
this
the
will be
majors
really...
along the way so far.
I mean, if Plumps gets a gravity suit, this will be really big for him. And really even a couple E-tanks to make things a little more comfortable. Ace is going to go ahead and farm here first. He wants to get his supers back.
Yeah, Plumps has the healthier super count. Ace with the ability to Crystal Flash twice if something gets that dangerous.
And the better beam, the extra 200, the extra 100 that he got from the charge upgrade that he found in X-ray. I also know Ace has been practicing this as well, so we'll see if he can execute it.
All right, here we go. Very nice entry in there.
Now he needs to get the iframes from the fireball here. Ah, he lost it. Okay, gonna go for the crystal flash, which again, you gotta do it sooner because the lava is not gonna... Lava is draining your health faster. Yeah, and I see where he was farming his supers there. He was wanting to get up to the 2 crystal flash point. Okay, there we go. That looked good. Just E-tanks at Croc. And Ace doing it. I'll call it first and a half try because of the because of the crystal flash, but nicely done.
Yes, and thankfully still having enough ammo to feel a little bit better about going down to LN. If he had the crystal flash again, that would be some really sad ammo.
Yep.
For down here.
I mean, he'll be able to refill. He's probably gonna do... You're gonna do this play here over at GT. Does get it quick enough. That's a little bit of a concern because he could have run out of supers there, but we're just gonna power bomb these rippers that are 99-point-something% chance of dropping supers.
Oh yeah, I looked it up. It was 99.6.
And Ace just gets an E-tank for a refill. Should be able to get out of here with the double jump. If not, he's got both Spring Ball and... Yeah, he's got both Spring Ball and bombs as a backup. But yeah, he should just be able to get out, and he does. And now it's going to be decision time for Plumps. Does he go down?
Well, Plumps is heading that direction.
Yeah, with the grapple beam, he'll be able to go this way. He's got those extra E-tanks, will be good for him. If anything goes wrong here. I hope he took a save. Did anyone see if he took a save?
That I don't know.
Nice worst room in the game with the double jump there. Yeah, I don't think he did, but, you know, hopefully I'm wrong, because he's got the 1 crystal flash if things go wrong, and then that's it. Heat shield is useless now.
Beautiful item to find there at Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, exactly what you want to see. Oh no, Plumps. Okay, he should be able to get one more try out of this. Okay, crystal flash time. Oh no, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that was too high. I hope
he bounced. You need to be standing still for that to work. Okay, he does have a save. Where was this save? This must have been... Okay, it's the after Croc save. Okay, that makes sense.
And the map's filled in to the south, so it looks like it was on the way out, and that's good.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're planning on resetting the energy tank, which, you know, there's literally nothing I think he could have gotten down there that he wouldn't have wanted to keep. Because, you know, you want that extra time to do the high jump, you know, in case things go wrong. So it made sense to save after getting the items. Is he? Oh, this could be I gave it one try and now I'm leaving, which is, I mean, gosh, this is a little unfortunate. I guess you go up to Rex ship now, because there's really not a whole lot else you can do. Probably hits X-ray on the way. Could do Gauntlet.
Yeah, now.
But
Now if
I
you're
mean,
plumped, you're hoping for like a gravity suit up at Rex ship.
but here's the problem with Plump's situation. Ace is going to be done with LN. He'll never have to come back to Norfolk. He might choose to do Croc, which would lose give time back to Plumps if he doesn't. But once he's done all that, he's just gonna know, unless he gets high jump and ice here, or if he gets pressure valve, or if heaven forbid he gets gravity. He's gonna know that he has to go back up to Rex ship, and so Plumps even getting a gravity suit in Rex ship is not gonna give him a lead. So this is gonna be tough for Plumps at this point. By no means is this over. Ace has to first of all survive this Ridley fight, and then we'll see what he does next.
I wasn't thinking in terms of a lead, but just something for some fighting chances.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Plumps, if I think my best chance of winning is doing the high jump plus lava dive, then I go back to it. But if I think that I'm just not going to be able to pull it off, then it's better to bail immediately than to keep trying to do something that you're maybe not completely confident in. So like either decision from Plumps, I think is fine. In general, I'd rather see runners play within their strengths than beat themselves over, beat their heads on the wall trying to do things that they maybe aren't ready to do.
That's definitely fair. And we saw a really nice Ridley fight there from Ace. And
there's gravity suit, and that's effective go mode for Ace. He doesn't need anything else. He needs to remember that he can get to Dragon without going through Botwound Hallway, but and you know what? We've had runners forget these things, but that is worst case scenario for Plumps. One of our in chat, one of our culprits of that, pretending that that's not true. I won't name names. But yeah, it's like I say, I've seen many a seed in just the old randomizers where runners that do the high jump plus lava dive just because it ends up being slow and awkward and just ends up not paying off, and they'll play someone that didn't do it and they'll lose. Not naming any names, but Kip knows who I'm talking about. Which maybe is why he set this up to be so much more powerful. No, I don't think he had any idea that was going to happen, to be fair. But it's kind of funny that it worked out that way. But yeah, I have to agree with Nevdi in chat. I mean, over is a strong word. Like, things can always happen. But Ace's route to gravity suit was just going to be so much better.
Oh, an ice beam there too.
Ice beam is nice. Now if he forgets, he'll be fine. I know Ace.
Now Ace has that path in his mind. Yeah. Like, all right, we're just going to Meridia, finishing off Phantoon. Yeah, and I know Ace absolutely hates doing Metroid rooms without ice beam. It's been a definite conversation we've had doing co-op. For those of you that know Link to the Past, I compare it to silvers versus non-silvers with a tempered sword or something, and in terms of time loss, having versus not having. But I know Ace just hates to do it with the power bombs only. And Plump's gonna go and do Gauntlet, which again, I'm just not a big fan of the Gauntlet play in Dash, just because the items that you can spike here just are not nearly as valuable as in a regular Rando seed, just because the way Meridia has changed and the way the charge beam is split up.
Yeah, Kip's setting the record straight, saying that he lost those races because his opponent got all the good stuff elsewhere, going the other direction.
I only lost because my opponent won. It's not like
There
I
you yes,
lost.
there you go. Yeah, I'm
Like if
looking
I wouldn't
forward.
have lost, they wouldn't have won. It's that simple.
Yeah, yeah, I'm actually quite looking forward to. You and I are going to be on the call for Kip's race tomorrow, and I'm very excited to call that race and pick his brain a little bit afterwards. Over how things have gone this week. All right,
We've had
Plum's
a
saying
very
the eating.
stress-free week with absolutely zero problems. So
Yeah, we'll go with that. No one watching YouTube, watching this on YouTube 5 years from now, needs to know about anything that went on this week.
yeah. So hey, folks, how's 2027 going? Yeah, how you doing? Hope you have a great Mother's Day and enjoy your turkey. Watch some Metroid.
All right, Plump's heading over to the wrecked ship. He's hoping to find gravity suit here. Best he could do. God, I mean, high jump would be good. Speed booster would be good. Actually, high jump would be the best thing he could find, honestly, because then that could send him back to LN.
Unless Kip added like 3 more gravity suits without
No,
telling us.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Maybe in the future. I don't know. I'm not sure what the future Dash plans are. I do know that he's got plans, but he doesn't share them with me.
Well, I don't think we've seen pressure valve anywhere, so that could be.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not a big help
pressure valve
because we know where gravity is.
Yeah, pressure valve is actually the worst thing Plumps could find because that would probably
in the
take him
Meridia.
into Meridia and do all the stuff you can do in Meridia that pressure valve opens up. And maybe that gets there might be like a chain here going on where you're supposed to find your pressure valve to get your high jump boots somewhere. Nevd saying Shack Tool because why not? Although Shack Tool is not as slow in this mode as it is in others because we took out the sand, so Shack Tool just kind of walks around, does nothing. Okay, so for all of you that might have wanted 3 gravity suits in your seats, Kip saying that's not going to make the cuts.
Okay, then I will settle for 1 Phazon suit.
Oh, there you go. I want a Metroid suit. Shoutouts to Metroid Subversion. The latest, well, not even that latest anymore, but really good hack. And we get a nice microwave over here on Plump's side. Didn't quite get all the... I think he'll probably just need like 1 more shot on Fantoon here. Or just a couple more missiles, that works too. I think one... Yeah, I think he hit... It was either 2 or 3 missiles he shot, so 1 more charge shot would also have worked.
And now we got Ace going down the Dragon, everyone's favorite boss. People love this boss so much, I've seen them save and quit after killing him 3 or 4 times in 1 run. This before finishing the game. So that might happen. And that could let Plumps catch up a little bit.
Oh, there you go. Alright, we're gonna see how well Ace is at microwaving. This is, I don't know if this is doable, because I have seen it done in regular charge beams with plasma only, but plasma only is a 450.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's that pressure valve for Plumps. And Ace just gonna finish her off with the grapple kill, and gets the quick grapple kill. Very nice. Not even gonna check this item. I mean, it could be speed or high jump, which would both be very nice items to pick up, but Ace just wants to go, go, go. It could also be E-tanks, it could also be, to his mind, it could be pressure valve, which he doesn't need, it could be heat shield, which he doesn't need.
Yeah, all Ace needs to do is go visit Jasper, the unfriendly ghost, and get down to Torian.
All right, E-Tank at E-Tank for Plumpst. I mean, he has to... I think he does have to fully commit to this. Unfortunately, we know it's not going to help him out any. Ace remembering that he didn't kill Baun, therefore doesn't want to go back out that way. And we're gonna get a Forgotten Highway play from Plumps, which I like this play a lot. In a vacuum, like not knowing what the answer is. I think this is a really strong play to go, if you have that pressure valve or the gravity suit, to go Forgotten Highway to get to Meridia, because the plasma beam is open, because Shack Duel is wide open, because all those things. But unfortunately, again, that pressure valve is just going to lead him on the wrong path. Looks like he didn't clear the rest of the ship either. So if high jump is there, he's not getting it.
Yeah, definitely. Plumps isn't making bad decisions.
No,
it's just not the right decision for this particular scene.
Yeah. I mean, there's a difference between the wrong decision in terms of what the seed wants, what the seed is giving you, and a wrong decision in terms of, it's a stupid choice. None of these choices are stupid. These are all good choices from Plumpst. Just unfortunate that he was just put in that situation where this, the high jump with lava dive was very much the winning play. And even if he had succeeded, he would have just been behind. If he had gone and succeeded, his best chance would have been to do it before the croc play, and succeeded then. And then then we might have a relatively close race. But Ace's execution is just, it's just better, and that's hard to beat someone when your routes are basically the same.
Absolutely.
So we need Plumps to find high jump boots so that he can go down to LN, because the pressure valve's not going to help you in that lava dive. Ace remembering to go over to the wreck ship. He may or may not have forgotten a boss here in a previous race.
No, that couldn't be.
Plasma, just an E-Tank for Plumpst.
Those nice new work boots not showing up yet.
Yep.
I think they're sky missiles. Because that's just mean, so that makes sense.
And to answer chat, yeah, the double jump and needs you to hit the ground to refresh. It doesn't refresh with a wall jump.
Although you can save it for a later wall jump if you jump up the side of a wall for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can.
But once you've used it, you gotta land.
Yep.
So this could be a Shack Tool play from Plumps now, which is going to be a much quicker check than normal. And again, we'll just hope that hope it's a high jump boots. Well, okay. Nice microwave from Ace. I don't think I've ever seen somebody microwave Fantoon angling down, but it does seem to work.
Yeah, that did the job. That was new for me too.
Honestly, I think that was really heads-up play from Ace. Fantoon getting too low to just shoot straight. He recognized that and did the angle down to get the shots off.
I like that setup by Ace there. That was really cool.
And high jump boots, charge upgrade. Which is nice, but not what Plumps needs.
Might have been a little more helpful if that was just hyper beam.
Yeah.
Right there, but...
Oh, are you requesting adding hyper beam to the mix here? That would be interesting.
Yeah, Phazon suit and hyper beam. I think would
there
be
you
a
go.
great combo to add. Wink, wink. Hi, Kip. How are you? No, I'm sure the Dash team has plenty of plans, and I'm not
Yeah,
helping.
and
So.
seriously, shout out to the whole Dash team. Kip, Mass Hysteria. I know Papa Schmo has done some work, I think, on the art. I'm gonna forget people.
Cassidy,
Cassidy Moen, all doing
Derp,
really great job. I show up in the credits, but I just play tested. I didn't do anything else.
Rumblemans, and Cuppo.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds right. The tracker is Rumbles, the special tracker. And shout outs to T Sigma and the rest of the Speed Gaming staff for getting us the Dash tracker for this week. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the little squiggly double jump there that Ace has on his tracker.
Oh boy.
And just an
As
E-Tank and
they're
Mama Turtle. Where are these high jump boots? Oh, they must be in Wreck Ship. Oh, no. I mean, grabbing the supers over there from Plumstead makes sense. I believe Watering Hole is the only spot left other than in Wreck Ship. The high jump boots have to be available. Gravity Suit cannot be an LN if high jump boots aren't available in front of the Gravity Suit. But they could also, if they're not, I mean, this is the last place Plums has to look in Meridia. Yeah, there's 3 locations in Wreck Ship that we didn't see, and any one of those could be high jump boots.
Yeah, Wreck Ship Reserve, Gravity, and Sky Missiles.
Yep.
And I think about 10 minutes ago I said, I bet they're at Sky Missiles. So when we see credits, that's what I'll be looking for.
Yeah, me too.
Ace doing a fine job in those first 3 Metroid rooms, finishing it up right here with good ammo and a pretty decent beam for Dash heading into the baby room.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of old route beam, so it will be a 60-shot fight plus ammo.
Or is this new route?
Yeah, well, I mean, this isn't the damage is new route damage.
Oh, gotcha. Old
But
route beam, new route damage.
Right.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, that nice little 300 there. Thank you, Kip and developers, for putting that number there for us. Because otherwise, we'd have to have charts up and try and figure it out all the time. Definitely a really nice addition as part of it. And that's Speed Booster, so Wreck Ship has got to have our high jump boots. Yeah, no baby skip without high jump. Although that's starting to change with, some of the new, like the Stashio skip. Haven't actually seen it successfully done yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, I don't know if we got a successful one in the tourney yet, but I have seen it successfully done. That was
we've seen it. Yeah, we've seen it get really close with the baby grabbing. I think it was, in fact, Stashio getting grabbed as he went through, but maybe it was Simo. It was somebody last night.
Oh, Simo had an awesome skip. I don't think they did the Stashio.
Well, Simo has been doing successful at high jumpless baby skip the old-fashioned way. So
yeah, and that's what Simo did last night, and it was really cool. And both players in that race didn't have wave.
That makes it harder.
So the speed at which it was done just made it extra cool.
And Plumped realizing that his high jump boots must be over here in the Wreck Ship and is heading that way. It's not with enough E-tanks to do stand-up, so just gonna fire these 60 shots plus whatever supers he decides to fire off.
Maybe snack on a couple onion rings, because He has the health to spare.
Oh, looks like we're being corrected. Apparently, okay. So, but Zost apparently did a statue skip with the power bomb to break everything. But did he have high jump boots? I mean, not that it's just impressive either way, but yeah.
Yeah, Zost is a really good young player. I think maybe someday in the Metroid community, he's going to have a bunch of records.
Yeah.
Been very impressive.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to check this item here, because if this is high jump, he can skip sky missiles. And it is high jump. Or to his mind, it could be gravity, but we know that's not the case. So he probably still checks sky missiles, thinking it could still be gravity. Yeah, he's going to still check this. So the game wanted you to go up here to Rex Ship to get your high jump boots to go back down to LN. So a ship first play actually would have been pretty powerful here.
All the charge upgrades have been found, though.
Yep, so that Plumps has the maximum beam damage. Ice Beam will not add to that if he decides to pick that up. Which, I mean, he would.
The galaxy is at peace. All the charge upgrades have been found.
That's right. To answer chat, normally in a normal game you get one charge beam, and you can't charge a beam until you have that item. In this particular randomizer, it has been changed so that you start with a very weak charge beam, and there are 4 upgrades to give you more powerful charge beams. Meanwhile, Ace, again, can't do stand-up, so he's just going to have to sit here through this cutscene.
Yeah, the Dash developers wanted to make as many counters to soft locks as possible, so you don't get stuck somewhere and can't do something.
I don't think it's so much a counter to soft locks. It's more of a they wanted to just give more options in general.
Well, it does indeed do both.
It does.
It gives you those options, and every boss that if you run out of ammo, it'll be a longer fight, but
that's true. Yeah,
still the option.
All right, Mother Brain 3 down for Ace 0. Just needs to get through the escape. Plumps has his high jump boots. And basically a solid seed. He knows that gravity suit now has to be in Lower North, where he's literally checked everything else. I guess there's an off chance to his mind that it could be an ice beam to do Meridia. Specifically for Baoon E-Tank, since he's cleared the rest of Meridia with the pressure valve.
Ace having a nice escape here without speed. Gonna turn in a really solid dash time.
Yeah, actually, it's not the speed that I miss here. I mean, it's nice to have it, of course.
High jump boots.
It's the high jump boots. This room in particular, the so-called Leox room, is absolutely horrible without high jump boots.
And it does make the climb room a lot easier with high jump. You're cutting your wall jumps in half when you have the high jump boots.
Mm-hmm.
But not a problem. Ace is just cruising through, showing that a slow escape doesn't have to actually be a slow escape. Very nicely done.
All right, Ace Zero going to keep his team undefeated at 12-0, finishing with an official race time of 53:27. GG's to Ace Zero and the A-Team. GG's to Plumps, who will throw in the towel shortly thereafter. Very well played by Plumps, in my opinion. Ace's movement and just the ability to get that lava dive was just too powerful for him. And looks like our runners are about to join us. GG's, boys.
Hello, GG.
So, Ace, I'm going to start with you. How glad are you that you didn't have to find an ice rod in this seed?
I was gonna say, shout outs to the rando gods who decided to take all the good luck and the bad luck and just split it between the two seeds I had to race today. And put all the bad luck in the Zelda one and all the good luck in this one.
I mean, you got your ice beam, so that was at least good.
Yeah, it wasn't even an ice beam hunt. It was just the first check after I was like really in go mode.
Plumst, I really like the way you approached this seed, trying for the high jump with lava dive, which unfortunately was the thing that I mean, might be a little strong to say won it. You still would have been trailing a little bit. It still would have been an uphill battle, but we saw you practicing beforehand. Was that your plan to give it a couple of tries and then if it didn't work out, bail?
Yeah, I was talking about with Ace. Basically, I decided to only do like one go at it with my life. I didn't want to try it again if I died or reset. I also screwed up and should have saved closer. I was like, wait, there were two saves. But yeah, I didn't want, even though I honestly had a feeling the seed was the way it was, I just didn't want to lose so much time on just that one trick.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the way you approached it, everything up to, going up to the wreck ship and following that pressure valve. Unfortunately, by then we knew that pressure valve was just going to be bait, and it really wasn't going to get you anything useful. But yeah, unfortunately, just, Ace just, better execution gets the high jumpless lava dive, and it was just an uphill battle for you.
Yeah, I mean, once I saw Varia early, I was just really worried. That was the worst case scenario for me. I was just hoping for pressure valve or gravity so that there's just the most options for us.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I just already knew what Raze was going to do, so I just had to hope that it was just a really weird seed, but it wasn't.
It's kind of funny you say that because I had kind of the same reaction when I saw the various suit. I was like, well, now I know basically what path it's going to take me on, and if I go down to LM, if I do the high jumpless lava dive and say you go up to wreck ship instead, if I do that and I find nothing there, then it's going to be pretty awkward because, there's a chance you're going to get, space jump and gravity and high jump and speed and all the good stuff for LN and just kind of plow through it and it's going to be faster. And because that's the way I did badly in my practice seeds was I feel like I get baited into doing things with way too low of a loadout, and even though you can do it, it's still not faster than just checking more items and finding the good stuff. So I was worried that was going to happen. Then gravity popped and I was thinking, okay, well, now the best case scenario is if pressure valve is wreck ship and then you grab that and follow it to Meridia and waste all that time and I just have gravity, then it's kind of over. And it sounds like that's unfortunately exactly what happened.
I thought about ship, but ship early, I already knew that I had jitters and I wasn't playing particularly well, so I just decided not to go for it. It was a tough situation for me regardless. I just tried to just play a route that I could at least play decently and then hope to find, like I said, something that I could diverge with, but it just didn't happen until it was too late.
With the Varia, it's hard to go to ship early, I think, in these seeds, and then if you do go up there early, or even after the Brindle, because you couldn't do meme route here without the supers were old Mother Brain with the first supers, so if you're not doing meme route, skipping Brinstar just doesn't make a lot of sense, I don't think, in this dash recall setting. So if you do Brinstar then go up to the ship, you're really just hoping for grab. That's the only thing that's your bailout. That's just too much to put in one.
It would have been a high jump, which would have gotten you lower Norfair. I mean, that's what the seed wanted. You go up to ship, get your high jump, go down, and go to lower Norfair. But yeah, it's tough when what you have is the various suit. And
but even still,
you have science on just going straight to LN with the high jumpless.
And even with high jump there, you're still gonna full clear the rest of wreck ship. You're not gonna grab high jump and say, oh, that's good enough. I'm gonna stop looking here for gravity.
Well,
Like,
especially
that's-
considering where it was. It was the reserve tank. So at
Oh,
that
it was the
point, you just
reserve,
had
not
yeah,
the
it was the
tank.
reserve
Okay.
tank. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I got
I read
pressure
that
valve
backwards.
and then just booked it from Meridia. Like I checked the E tank, but like left
Yep.
Forgotten Highway and did Plasma
Yeah.
Shack Tool because like again those are checks that in the almost certainly wouldn't be doing.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
sounds
I
like a
like
good
that.
route.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah, I really like those choices. Other than we knew they weren't going to work out, so it's kind of feels bad, to see you going through those choices. But from a perspective where you can't see the other runner, I thought those were really good choices for you to try and win this one.
Yeah, I had kind of the same mentality with the lava dive too. It was like, because I'm not like the best at it. Like I usually get it in a couple attempts, but I figured if I failed it, and I died and had to reset, I'd probably like go to Croc, maybe try to grab if there's more E tanks to make it safer, or
Yep.
see if high jump or grav is there before giving another attempt. Like
Mhm.
I really like that mentality of like, try it. And if it doesn't work out, don't keep bashing your head against
Yep.
the wall.
Mhm.
Like you still have ways to win. Because we both had ways to win this one for sure.
Yeah, I mean I have been practicing this week. It's just I'm not great at like retrying it once I like fail an attempt.
Mhm.
So I mean I just need to put in more time because it's such a powerful strategy in like so many of the modes. Like just not needing high jump in Gravity's and Lower Norfair, you just automatically win.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
feels-
key. You want that gravity to be in LN for it to work out, because that if it's not, then doesn't always work out so well.
Yeah, it does
Like you're
feel a
still
little
doing
bit more
okay
powerful
because of the
this-
routing. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was just gonna say it does feel a little more powerful this season than it did like for like the last like randomizer tournament, for example. Like that high jump list wasn't really that good there because there's just so many times where it didn't pay out. But in this case, there's with things like this or with Chozo, there's just more ways that it could be really good to be able to do that. The high jumpless dive.
All right. Now, Plumps, you're not out of anything yet. Your team, you're still kind of in that glut of teams that could still mathematically make it into that fourth spot. It's going to be tough. You need other teams to lose, and you guys need to win. But it's not over for you guys. Any thoughts on how things have gone in general?
Yeah, actually, it's been interesting for me because I've been looking at this for like a while. And
Yeah,
thinking,
you've been around
okay,
for a while.
Well,
It's
as
cool
in
you
like
decided to play.
yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about the standings
Oh yeah.
because like I know that I think a lot depends on I think was it the other two teams, Peach Mart, Tenacious 3 are playing like really soon. It kind of depends
Yeah,
on
I
that
believe
result, but
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
if because we play PHMR, so
Mhm.
if we 2-0, we
Yep.
will definitely pass them in the standings.
That's
so
correct.
it depends on like what happens to Tenacious 3. But
Mhm.
yeah, like it is kind of interesting that I wanted to put in a lot of effort for this race, at least to try to put a good showing. But
Mhm.
honestly, for us, this was actually not that consequential. We just need to like definitely 2-0 next week and see what
Okay.
happens with that.
Cool. And good luck with that. Ace, your game, as it turned out, had no real meaning other than the pride of trying to keep your team undefeated.
I mean, it kind of does. I mean, since we go up against the
Yeah.
bullies next week.
But
And-
they'd have to win both games, and that would be true whether you won this one or lost to pass you in the standings at this point. So I don't know if
wait, don't they only have one loss?
They lost-
Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
yeah,
here.
they lost last night.
Okay, I did not realize. That.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I missed
understandable.
that.
Yeah, they took a loss last night, so it puts them in a position where they have to sweep 2-0 regardless of what you did today. So I mean, it's probably good that you still had the idea that you needed the win. But I mean, that's 12-0 for your team, and I don't think you're running next week. So that's you've done your job. How do you feel about your team's chances moving forward?
I mean, I feel good about it. Obviously, we all have been putting in a lot of practice and been playing the game for a while, and Azure and Duck are really good, so it should be some good races. Even though I don't know if I still don't know officially who's playing on the bullies next week, but obviously Simo's done tons of Rando, and they're very good. And then Stachio and Eddie are just so good, like execution-wise, and have also been doing a ton of practice this season. Like Eddie's improved so much in Rando from when he, like, the first week when it was like, oh, we actually, like, not gonna lie, I felt really confident about that looking at Eddie and Stachio. Throwing a little shade, I guess, kind of, but like we were like worried because of how skilled they are, and then it was like, oh, okay, well, Eddie doesn't have experience with the Rando, and it kind of does show. And then now he's also experienced at the Rando, so either way, I'm having a lot of fun, and hopefully we win one or two next week and do well in the playoffs. I just excited to play more.
All right. Anything either one of you wants to add before we close this out?
Nope. Just really looking forward to last week. I think, at least for our division, the schedule is actually good because the top two teams play each other, and then my team and PHMR might be like win and you're in the playoffs. So it's like actual like high stakes.
I'll just say thanks for the commentary, Tracy and Salty Pigeon, and thanks for tracking, Chala. This was a fun race. GG's again, you Plumps, for racing.
Yeah, GG's, and thanks everyone.
All right. Does not do it for us over on SM side. We actually have a race that looks like it should have started about 6 minutes ago over on Speed Gaming 4. Vile Plume versus Shack Tool's Nightmare. Professor Skull versus Iron Rusty, which I believe has some very big playoff implications for that division. At 8:40, the aforementioned Tenacious 3 versus PHMR Reunited. That'll be Not Now Gwen versus Sasquatch. That's over on Speed Gaming 3. And then the second half of the Vile Plume Shack Tales Nightmare doubleheader will be moved over to Speed Gaming Main. And then also that'll be at 9 o'clock. And then also at 9 o'clock, we have Remembered Highway versus Scrambled Choices. That's Hacksaw versus Kissington. And then at 12:40 in the morning, for those of you that want to stay up late, we have Wondrous Wave and Joyers versus Died at Ship. That'll be Smellin' versus Idle. So lots more action. Lots of action as well tomorrow. And we hope to see you all there. But Salty Pigeon, it was a pleasure as always.
Absolutely. Thank you for doing this with me. It's always fun. Thank you to both runners. I've seen a lot of your individual races throughout the season, and you're always fun to watch. But yeah, that's all I got. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, and of course, huge shout outs to Shalashaska for jumping in on the tracking. Trackers always are MVPs. Can't do it without them. So huge shout outs to Shala. But yeah, that's going to do it for us, and we'll see you over on Speed Gaming 4 for the current race going right now.
Take care, everybody.